another book review. I owe you guys a bunch of book reviews, so we'll be going through some of these highlights that have been in my life for a really long time that I'm really excited about and that I want to share with you. So today I'm going to be sharing and talking about the 5 love languages. So you've probably heard about the 5 love languages. Hopefully you've read it. This is huge. This is not just, it doesn't just speak to romantic relationships, although it's extremely important, but it really speaks to any type of relationship that we have with people, whether you're at work, this applies to work, in your family, in your relationships with your friends. It's so important to understand your friends and your partners and your kids, etc. love languages, and you can even study how they came to adopt that sort of love language. So 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman. Amazing book. You can see it's actually pretty short. Basically what it talks about is there are 5 love languages. The 5 love languages are words of affirmation, physical touch, gifts, acts of service, and quality time. Not in that order, just in general. And there is no better or worse love language. Just most human beings, they fall under one of these 5, or actually a few of these 5. So in the book and probably online, I'm pretty sure online, there is a quiz that you can take for you to grade yourself as to what your love language is. It might be very apparent to you what your love language is, or you might want to take the test so you can see which one's number 1, which one's number 2, which one's number 3. Usually with people who we are close to, we can gather pretty quickly what their love language is. Now, why does a love language matter, and what is a love language? A love language is a way that we both receive and send love and appreciation. So if you can imagine, we all have a love tank, and your love tank is either full of love or it might be running on empty. And the way that the love gets into the love tank is through your love language. So suppose my love tank, I'll talk about my love languages. So my love languages are words of affirmation, physical touch. Number 3 would be gifts. So I have my love tank, and suppose we're running on low. My family, my loved ones, my spouse, they can help me, and I can also help me fill up my love tank through providing words of affirmation. So saying, you are so special to me, physical touch, a hug, a snuggling, or a gift, a nice surprise, whatever that might be. But for me, since I am definitely not a acts of service person, if you take out the garbage for me, I'm going to feel really appreciative, but that's not going to fill up my love tank. And so why that matters in relationships, let's talk in the romantic sense. You have 2 people with their different love tanks. So this person has a love tank, this person has a love tank. And suppose they speak the same love languages. So one person, let's say, is words of affirmation. Say, hey honey, I really appreciate you, I really love you, whatever that might be. This person is feeling appreciated, loved, and their love tank is, filling up. And the other person, it's natural for them to express themselves in words of affirmation because they both speak the same language. So it can work really well, right? So they're speaking to each other, they're getting their love needs met, they're filling each other's love tanks. And it's really important within relationships, again, whether we're talking about romantic or at work with your family, that I think the ratio is something like 7-to-2, or it's a really high ratio of positive to negative interactions. So you want to make sure that you have more positive interactions, especially with a person that you're really close to, that you care, the negative ones, so the love tank can stay full. So again, this is by Gary Chapman, and I'll be right back. There's some other books by another genius in this sort of space. And again, I like to bring things together, different concepts. So these are books by John Gottman. And so he is a researcher. And John Gottman, he has spoken about basically what makes love last based on science and studies. And you guys know I like my science and my numbers. And so there's a thing that he calls the basically turning away from or turning towards. So as your love tank is feeling a little empty, you might reach out to your partner in speaking your love language to ask for appreciation or to ask for some sort of connection and love. And if your partner turns towards you, that will help you fill up your love tank. But if they turn away, so anytime your partner is trying to reach out to you and they're making a comment, they're making a joke, whatever they're doing, what they're asking is for appreciation, for acknowledgement, so they can, you know, continue refilling up their love tank. John Gottman speaks about the basically 4 things that turn relationships sour. That's different book review. And so we want to make sure that we stay away from those. And in speaking our love languages, we will, you know, keep filling up the love tank. Now, what happens if you have different love languages? Well, it doesn't have to be a game break or a deal breaker. You would just want to make sure that you understand, that you know what your partner's love languages are, and that you are responsible towards each other and supportive of each other, and so that you speak your partner's love language, because they're probably going to be showing you their love and appreciation in sometimes your love language is one thing, but then you show appreciation in a different way, so they could do that. Or they could, it's more likely that if their love language is X, they're going to show their appreciation through X. And so what between partners or people in relationships at school, work, if it's important, again, the awareness is important. Be aware of the other person's love language, so you can be aware of when they're showing appreciation, love, and also be aware of how they need to receive their appreciation. So especially in your romantic relationships or with your parents, with your kids, with your closest friends, to make sure that you're speaking their love language so they feel the love and appreciation that you have for them. So huge insights from this book. Really important. It applies to so many more things than just romantic relationships. Although in romantic relationships, this is huge for you to be able to support each other, so you can make sure to keep those love tanks full. So hope that was helpful. Highly recommend, if you haven't already taken the test, if you don't know your love languages, go ahead, go online, take the test, and read the book so you can also know how to make sure that your love needs and appreciation needs are being taken care of, and that for those special people in your life, you are able to support them and make them feel loved and appreciated. All right, well, go out there and have a fantastic day. I love you and I thank you. Bye-bye.